Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Look Back, where we take a look at reviews that I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago. 10 years ago only being 2013 at this point, so there's that. Let's see what we think of these games now. So we'll go back last year, 2012 this week. I took a look at Faux Diamonds, which is, first of all, Diamonds is a fine trick-taking game. Faux Diamonds feels like a weird naming for this one. This one's not really going to take off. I give it a 6.5 because it's almost good. There's like trying to guess as you play these different diamonds out there, fake diamonds, but it's just a little too, just something missing from this becoming a trick-taking game I'd want to play all the time. Bear Raid. I gave this one a 7. I'm pretty sure Camilla would have given it a 2. This is a economic, straight-up stock market game. A little wonky to get into, but a nice, small, little crunchy stock market game. Townsfolk Tussle. A year now since this one came out. A boss battler. Think of this as a cartoony, but still gory, version of Kingdom Death Monster. But I love the cutesy artwork. I think the whole thing is really funny, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. Familiar Tales also gets an 8 out of 10. This is from Plaid Hat Games. This is a very strong, story-driven game where you're a bunch of familiars trying to get a baby, then a child, then a young lady to safety. Strong stories, app-driven type game. The Goonies, Escape from One-Eyed Willie's Rich Load, blah, 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 Coded Chronicles game. Another 8 out of 10. If you like these Coded Chronicle games, which are essentially escape room games, this one's a good job of making you feel like the different Goonies trying to get things done. And then Super Skill Pinball, Ramp It Up. The pinballs with the second level, which we all know is the best way to play pinball. This game, which works, by the way, really good solitaire, but other groups, a nice little roll and write. And that one's an 8.5 out of 10. 5 years ago, I took a look at Sultans of Wind, where you're just like a little guy flying around trying to get different spot with special abilities. It's okay. 6 out of 10. Color Chess plus Lure. Man, this one, if it looked better, and in fact, there's another color chess game that I reviewed a year or two later, which is much more interesting. This one's 6.5. It's almost there, but the pieces aren't very good. I like the idea of playing chess and colors mean something on the board, but that's about it. Pioneers is from Queen Games. They just rethemed this as Future Energy. As you're moving across, it's your typical Euro game, getting resources and building out across. I like some aspects of it. 7 out of 10. The Grim Forest. This is a game that put Druid City games on the map. Playing with the 3 little pigs and building houses and escaping the wolf with really cool miniatures, really good looking stuff. It is essentially a family weight game, so keep that in mind, but it's a solid one, 8 out of 10. And then the second edition of Kingsburg. Man, I forgot. I was just thinking about this the other day, how much I want to play Kingsburg again. A great dice placement style game, 9 out of 10. 10 years ago, I took a look at Zoneplex. I'll never forget Zoneplex because I went to Board Game Geek Con and they were there in monk robes like, some sort of mystical game where you get to the top and it's just not very good. 4 out of 10. 2019, the Arctic, Russia, and the US are fighting over the Arctic, but using the most boring components possible. 5 out of 10. Iron Die. We had Iron Dies in a Dice Tower Kickstarter for a while. Special Dice Tower ones, and people really liked them. But the game itself, based on Iron Dice, not too good. 5.5. Mercante. This is the second game in the Tempest series. And I talked last time about Love Letter being a great one and Courtier being decent. Mercante was just okay. Your typical Euro-style game, and setting in this shared universe didn't do anything for it. 6 out of 10. Wild Fun West. It's a weird title for a game and doesn't look like a great game. I dropped the ratings a little bit to a 7 because of components, but there's some interesting things here. Like you want a raucous voting type game where you're building different towns and you have certain buildings you need to be built. It's better than it should be. River Dragons. This is a 7.5. Very nice dexterity game where you're placing these little planks and just trying to get your people to cross the river. Kind of a game where you're judging distances. And then finally, talking about a lot of players playing a game, Panic on Wall Street, I reviewed 10 years ago. 8 out of 10 for this one. Panic on Wall Street is a game that can go up to 11. There's 2 teams, and there's 2, not teams, but groups of players. There's the bankers and the investors, and each group will have 1 winner. So there's going to be 2 winners in the game. And the groups are dealing with each other. It's real time, yelling, throwing chips, making deals on the spot. If you like Pit, this is kind of like Pit, but with more of a game involved. So 8 out of 10 for me. All right, folks, well, that is it. Those are the games I reviewed 1, 5, and 10 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and it's been Look Back on the Dice Tower.